right, everybody, welcome back. Once again, he's Dave.
And he's Dave.
And welcome back to the Sports Rant. We want to do a couple of things a little different today. One, first and foremost, we got to give a rest in peace to Clyde's wine and dine.
Yes, a bon farewell.
Okay. All right.
As you may know or may not, if you've been paying attention, Clyde Frazier's restaurant, Wine and Dine, had to close its doors permanently due to the COVID pandemic. You know, they were closed for a while. They was hoping they could reopen, but it was not to be. And unfortunately, a place that was a good place to go for a bite. Yeah, definitely a good place to get drunk.
Yeah, man.
All right. Had to shutter its doors. So
shout out to you, man.
To Clyde Frazier, thank you for having a restaurant.
Yeah.
And you know what? Hopefully a future endeavor for you somewhere down the road.
Yeah. That's my guy.
Mr. Wine and Dine, Mr. Swish and Dish.
He would be there to greet you. It was just an awesome spot.
That one time you and I was there, he actually cut through that time. You know,
this cut through. I was there before.
Go back a while. Yeah. NBA opening night, Knicks and Bulls. Edge you out 82-81.
2013.
2013. Eight fucking years.
8 years ago, man. See, it's partially our fault.
Yeah, but it also goes to show you how quick time goes.
Yeah, that shit definitely flashed by.
Flew. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it. It was good. They had that good IPA.
It was a good bar. It was a good bar, and they had pretty good food.
Yes.
You know, nice atmosphere. They had TVs all over the place. It was cool, man.
Fact.
Moving on to NBA action.
Yeah, we gotta talk about this a little because this dropped a little earlier.
Right.
John Wall and the Houston Rockets are partnering up to find him a new home. That's a big contract to eat.
Huge contract to eat. Huge. And it's not like he can stay healthy, you know?
No, he has had a problem with that.
And he also has a problem with being an asshole to his teammates.
Yeah, he also has a problem with following a game plan.
Yeah.
So, as skillful as he is, and he is one of the top point guards in the league, at least at one point when he's healthy.
Yeah.
But where does he fit?
Yeah. Where is he going to go? I don't know. I'm really clueless when it comes to this. I can't pick a team that would want that or where he would be useful. The weirdest thing to me is it would probably be the Wizards. that would be the best place he could go to.
That would be fucking comical if that would happen.
That would be comical, man. But I don't. What other team would he go to? Detroit or someplace?
I personally think he's got to go to a team that's in the midst of a rebuild but still wants to try to compete. And the first team that comes to mind would be the Orlando Magic. Mm-hmm. Okay?
Now, hold on. Did they say they were going to trade him or they were going to buy him out?
No, I heard they're trying to trade him.
Okay.
Because unlike the Beard, James Harden,
right,
who pretty much went and tried to sabotage his way out of Houston, John Wall actually, it seems, respectfully went to management and said, and more or less, I'm paraphrasing, I don't know exactly, but it's coming off as if he said, I'd like to work out something beneficial where you get something for me, but I'm not going to win here. I want to go somewhere where I can have a chance at winning. Mm-hmm. That's what it sounds like. Not Harden, I'm not going to follow COVID protocol. I'm going to go to the strip clubs.
Yeah,
I'm going to show up out of shape,
Which is weird because it's John Wall and he's been a dick pretty much his entire career.
He has. But
he's went about this like a man and I applaud him for it.
Yeah.
I still don't know where he would go and be a viable key component.
It's not going to be to a contender. Winning. It's not going to be to someone that's going to win or have a shot at winning next year or even the year after. But, he's got to go to a team where he's going to stay at least relevant. Okay. And I think the best place for him to end up, honestly, with all the pieces they acquired through trades, with all the draft picks they acquired through the trades last year, Orlando would be the landing spot for him.
Orlando?
I think Orlando.
If he's healthy, but they want to trade, so they're going to want something back.
Right, but again, like I just said, Orlando got a bunch of picks for all those players that they traded away last year.
Okay.
So they have the bargaining chips that Houston is looking for.
Yeah.
Okay? Houston wants to do what Oklahoma City did. They want to load up on picks and re-up for the future.
All right. Yeah, okay. Orlando sounds like a good spot.
Yeah.
Considering I have no idea what other spot he would go to.
I mean,
sounds like
unless
a viable option.
Unless Houston and Philly were to work out some trade.
That's what
swapping
I've been
Ben Simmons for John Wall.
That's what I've been hearing.
Okay, that would be a hell of a trucking trade considering that's Houston's former GM up in there.
And if John Wall can stay healthy, that would be a hell of a get.
First of all, you wouldn't run into the situation you ran into when they played Atlanta. Okay, right. They would have had the firing power to stay, but again, health considered.
Right.
Okay, they didn't have that with Ben Simmons, and I don't see Ben Simmons becoming that kind of player.
And he's a bitch. Ben Simmons.
Oh, he is.
It's all off season. He's been bitching up. Speaking of bitch, have you seen Russell Westbrook's dress recently?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. Hey, Russell.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
There you go.
But you know what? Russell has always dressed like a weirdo.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
a weirdo and a goofball.
Absolutely.
So
and he in La La Land now, so it fits.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It was a meme of him coming down the court with a Lakers jersey and a gold dress. It was hilarious.
So basically, they made him a Laker girl.
Yeah, basically. Right. So that was good, man. Because if he could go to 76ers, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
Okay, so it's our favorite time of the year, football season, baby, and college football is up and running.
Yes, it is.
A few weeks now. So top 5. Through this will be week 3.
This is week 3 we're coming up on.
Okay,
that we're already in. Actually, some teams play on Friday.
Right, they're playing tonight.
Yeah.
So some teams played yesterday. So we got Bama coming in at 1, Georgia at 2, Oklahoma at 3, number 4 is Oregon, and number 5 is Iowa. My favorite number on this list is 4. I love the fact that Oregon is on this list, and I love it because of what happened last week.
Oh,
you know I have no love
when they rolled up into the horseshoe.
Yes, and kicked their ass.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
I have no love for OSU, Ohio State. I have no love for the horseshoe. I can't stand those guys.
Now, what was I was calling out when we did the last show? Okay, and Ohio State had just beat Minnesota.
Yes,
by slimmest margin.
Yes,
I said that was an indictment of their defense.
Yes, you did.
Defense was fucking outed again against Oregon.
Yes, you did. Because that score wasn't even indicative of the ass kicking.
No,
it was like 35 to 25 in the middle of the fourth quarter or something. Yeah. It was crazy. You were absolutely right. I don't believe in their quarterback. I don't believe in their defense. It seemed like it was going to be an off year for Ohio State. Speaking of which, you were going to ask if the Big Ten has any chance to be in the top 4 this year.
I'm saying right now, simply because the only team that's impressing me right now is Iowa.
Iowa and Penn State.
Okay,
they both 2-0.
Yes. Okay, now Penn State is further down in the ranking.
Right.
Iowa started around what 10. Mm-hmm. All right, so after 2 weeks to be on rank number 5.
Every couple of years, Iowa sneaks up there.
They do.
Every year. Every couple of years.
And you know what? That was a good game with Iowa State that they had.
Yeah, it was.
But I think right now it's early, but that's a team I'm keeping my eye on as far as the Big Ten is concerned. Right. I'm not looking at the usual suspect of Ohio State. I'm not considering Michigan unless they really put together. They haven't played any conference games yet.
Right.
Okay, so unless they put together a nice run and move up, because I think they're ranked towards the bottom right now. All right, they're in the 20s, I think.
Michigan 22, I think. Yeah,
so they got to do a lot.
They do.
And as much as I profess to say that Indiana, right, had a chance, they laid an absolute egg in their opener.
Right.
And then they turn around
against Iowa.
Against Iowa. Mm-hmm. And then they turn around against basically a nobody. I think it was a Tulsa, and they handed them their ass.
Yeah, I agree with you as far as Iowa being the only one that has a shot. But and you also have to add into this into the equation. The usual suspects, Clemson, they already lost the game, and their conference sucks. So I don't see them making that up if you have an undefeated Big Ten team.
Right.
So if one of these Big Ten teams could stay undefeated, let's say Iowa, let's say Penn State, then I think they'll be fine.
Right.
Also, if Ohio State, if they decide to, if they destroy everybody and win the Big Ten championship, and they only have one loss, I can see them being up there. You know, look,
it's a ways to go.
Yeah,
there's 10 more games for the season.
Right.
Okay, it's early, but right now Ohio State does not look like a powerhouse team.
Right.
Also on this list, as you ran them down, you got Oklahoma at number 3. Are they a legit number 3?
Yeah, Oklahoma's always a legit number 3. You know, their quarterback Spencer Rattler, you know, was supposed to be like an early candidate for the Heisman.
Right.
He's supposed to be it. I think he's a fraud, personally.
They just missed out on the college football playoffs last year.
Yeah, exactly.
So
with him, so I think they're always up there.
Yeah,
They're always up there. They always kick everybody's ass. They play in a WAC conference, so it is what it is.
Yeah, Bama has totally destroyed the 2 teams they've played so far.
But they play Florida this week.
Now that, to me, is probably the only good ranked game
coming up
for this weekend. That like you must pay attention to.
Okay, that's one of them. To me, that's one of them.
Okay.
Auburn, Penn State is another one.
Okay, I will give you that one. Yes.
Yeah, that's going to be popping.
Yes.
Big Ten, SEC. When does that ever happen?
No, that would be yes. That is one to watch. I'll stand corrected. Now, just to flip on my guys real quick, everyone who's ever watched knows that I'm a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan. They could easily be 0-2.
But they're not.
No, they're not.
But they're not.
But this is not the same team that fought through last year. This is not the same team that, you know, beat Clemson, okay, at home during the regular season, and fought their way to a college playoff again.
Right.
Where again they got monkey stomped in the first round. But I have seen they were there, but I have seen inconsistency from Notre Dame so far in these first 2 games. They look, all fairness to Florida State, because they got some transfers through the portal that on defense are just monstrous. I think you got to watch how many draft picks come from Florida State in the NFL next season. Okay. I'm
going to completely disagree with you there, but go ahead.
Okay. But then they turn around and they play Toledo.
Right.
And Toledo rolled up in there. Toledo was leading at the half. Toledo was playing Notre Dame like they were a candidate for college football player. Like they were a powerhouse team. They are not. Now, you get them to this week, they're going to play their in-conference rival, the Purdue Boilermakers.
Right.
And Purdue always manages, more often than not, they find a way to play Notre Dame tough. And I think this is one of those games where Notre Dame is going to have their backs against the wall early.
I was going to come on here and totally disagree with you, but I'm going to have to agree with you there. They let Florida State get 38 points. Florida State only scored 17 points on Jacksonville State, a game which they lost. How you lose to Jacksonville State, son? So, and they dropped 38 on y'all.
Yeah.
I might have to agree with you.
And the only reason that it didn't go past the first overtime is because their own coach iced their own kicker.
Yeah, like a dumbass, which is why they lose to get people like Jacksonville State. You got guys doing the Dougie and all whatever the dance moves are before the game starts, like a true gump.
Now, I think the only bright spot so far for Notre Dame is the new quarterback, Jack Cohen. You know, he seems to be on point most of the time, and I think he's going to be one of the, or if maybe the only bright spot out of their offense this year, because it seems that he is generating the majority of their yards. They're not even opening up lanes for their running game right now.
But you also have a pretty good tight end, as you always do.
Yeah.
I don't know his name, but I saw him get busy a couple of weeks ago.
He is that's future NFL stock.
Yeah. You always have future NFL stock at the tight end position.
I think it's Bama, it's Clemson, it's Ohio State, somewhere around 6 or 7 is Notre Dame as far as turning out NFL talent. Mm-hmm. At least within the last 10 years.
At least within 10
okay?
years.
But yeah, that's how I view Notre Dame right now.
Okay.
They're hit or miss, and I don't see them being in contention for college football playoffs at all this year. Their overall schedule does not have them facing many high-ranked teams right now, and if they're having this kind of trouble with unranked teams, it may be over the minute they play ranked one.
I get why they don't have a conference. I get that, but that last year when they was playing for the ACC really did them a big favor.
It did, It did.
So whatever.
Quick shout out though,
to
or I should say, quick frown upon. I should say, NBC put this past week's game on the Peacock streaming service, meaning you had to have a premium subscription if you wanted to watch the Notre Dame game.
Oh, fuck shit.
Okay?
Fuck shit.
I mean, are you fucking kidding?
That's crazy.
Like, you don't get enough revenue from commercials, from the fact that you have a contract with Notre Dame. Almost every year, the majority of the games are on NBC.
That's why y'all get pirated.
Okay? And that's exactly how I watched it.
Shout out to you. Keep it real.
That's it for college football then, right?
That's it for college football, man.
On to the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
And a fantastic opening week. I mean,
from Thursday night to Monday night, it was jam-packed with action as the NFL does. They started this past Thursday night off between our boys. We'll talk about that in a second. It was two trash teams, but it was fucking entertaining.
It was
entertaining. It was bad football getting played. That was for sure.
But we'll get into that in a bit.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a
bit. But the opening game, Tampa hosting Dallas.
Oh, what a good game.
You know,
what a good game.
If nothing else, that just shows you what the Cowboys are capable of. It shows you why Dak got paid.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, son.
Dak outplayed Brady from a numbers perspective.
Yeah.
Okay? He had a higher completion percentage. He threw for more yards. Dak was the sole reason the Cowboys were in that game.
Yeah, because they didn't even try to run the ball.
They couldn't. When they did,
yeah.
that Tampa D
was crazy.
Was just fucking holding Zeke down. I think he had 33 yards for the whole game.
Vita Vea, they were just up in his ass and they couldn't do nothing. But I will give Zeke his props. They were blitzing quite often.
He was throwing blocks,
and Zeke was picking them shits up.
Yup.
And he gave Dak a bunch of time to throw the ball. Yes. I have zero complaints about Zeke's playing that game.
No.
Even though I like to fuck with him.
He played team ball. But I'll tell you, that combination, which you didn't really get a full flavor of in his rookie year.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb.
Just hold on to the ball, son. Hold on to the ball.
And Amari Cooper.
Yeah, man.
They both had 100-yard games.
They are a problem. They are going to be Dallas is going to be a problem.
Huge problem.
They just lost Lawrence, though, for like
I
6
weeks.
I
saw that. But you know what? They weren't going to win games based on their defense.
Facts.
Okay?
Facts.
I think the defense is going to be a bit better. I think Dan Quinn is going to bring a flavor to that defense that you were missing last year with Nolan. All right? Which he shouldn't even been up in the fucking conversation, but that's a whole nother fucking topic. But I think their offense is going to be their bread and butter this year. The defense has to make sure they're getting off the field in a timely manner. The field goals only.
Yeah.
Okay.
But even if they don't, the offense is going to be. You're going to have to keep up with Dallas. That's what you're going to have to do. And I think the defense is there now to where they can make a couple of stops here and there.
And that whole game was played without their star guard, Zach Martin.
Facts.
So
that dude, Zach, what's his name from Penn State? The guy I wanted, Micah Parsons.
Oh,
he's a problem. They just They really impressed me that first game.
Yes.
And the Eagles impressed me too. And I'm going to say this on record. I may have been wrong about Jalen Hurts, man.
It's one game, but
I may have been wrong.
He balled out. He balled out.
Jalen Hurts, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, ran for 62. He only got sacked one time. He was balling, man.
Yes, he was.
Now, Atlanta fucking sucks. But they got beat. What the hell was the score on that? 32. Well, no. Yeah, 32-6. 32-6.
That was a bad game for Atlanta.
That's terrible.
That's gonna be a long year.
Yeah.
For Atlanta, you in the same division as Tampa. You in the same division as New Orleans. You in the same division as the Panthers, who even looked decent on their opening game.
Did you see Jameis Winston, the man who I used to formerly call the crab thief, which I don't do no more. Only threw for 148 yards, but he threw for 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns. What a pickup that was. Yes.
That was
He balled out. That was efficiency at its finest. Kudos to him. But you know what?
He has the right coach. Agreed. Sean Payton is a former quarterback specialist, and you had to think that a year under Breeze, okay, watching the game, just pick the brain. Now you had a whole season. It's going to be me or Mr. BYU, okay? And there was no way you're going to go with Mr. Brigham Young.
Yeah, he's not even a real quarterback.
No, he's
a runner.
Yeah. So, huge credit to Jameis for winning the starting job. And against the Packer defense, and you're not even playing in your own fucking stadium because of fucking
hurricanes.
Hurricane. What was that? I don't
know. They got a hurricane every other week.
But because of all the damage, you can't play at home.
And how about Green Bay? What the fuck? 3 points?
A-Rod,
I gotta think he did it on purpose.
Thank you.
He was being a bitch.
I hate talking like a conspiracy theorist because I hate that shit. But that's exactly how it fucking came off.
Yeah,
you spent a whole fucking year bitching. You don't want to play here. You don't want to play in Green Bay no more. You want out. Then, all of a sudden, miraculously, as soon as training camp is about to start, I think I'm going to play. But I'm still not happy. I'm going to have this press conference on my list, throw out my laundry list of bitchy complaints about how they let go of talent that was really at the end of its career or never that high up talent-wise to begin with. Yep. They let go of my buddies. It's more or less what that was about.
People who actually respected me.
Okay? And people that suck my dick.
And then you lay a fucking egg like that, son.
Egg.
Yes. He was terrible.
My man was playing like Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, he was, man. He looked awful. Like
he was not on target.
Like, come on.
Horrible decisions.
Like, I understand the Saints defense is nice, but you're Aaron Rodgers, my guy.
Thank you.
You're Aaron Rodgers. You were the MVP of the league last year. You threw like 8 interceptions.
Back to back.
Crazy shit.
Back to back. 13-3 seasons. Back to back NFC Championship appearances. Yeah. And as you just alluded to, last year's MVP. That's your performance for opening week?
I couldn't understand that. I was also impressed with the Chargers. I was so wrong. Once again, let me say, Justin Herbert is the real fucking deal. He's ridiculous.
The defense is nice too.
Yes, the defense was killing us.
Yes.
Well, the Washington football team is trash, but we'll get into that. I also was happy for Tyrod Taylor, who was getting busy.
First of all, who the fuck saw that? Okay, all right, look,
certainly not me.
It was Jacksonville, but come on, that was a blowout. Tyrod Taylor was playing like he'd been doing this for a minute. He was
playing like Deshaun Watson.
Thank you.
He was playing like Deshaun Watson. Stop raping motherfuckers and get your ass on the. You see what's about to happen.
Oh,
if you keep with this bullshit. Maybe he's happy about this. Maybe they feel maybe this is best for him.
Yeah.
If they prosper with Tyrod Taylor, they may lower the price on getting him up out of there.
And I'll tell you something else. I felt good. Because I kept flipping over to that game. As soon as I saw what the score was, I kept flipping to the game. And I went, I'm actually happy for Tyrod.
I was mad happy for Tyrod.
Because this dude has not been able to get his feet settled in one fucking place his entire time in this NFL. And you may still not agree with me. But I said last year when he got that bum fucking injury because of the fucking injection into his lung, I said he has the ability to be a starting quarterback. He had it taken from him. No disrespect to Justin Herbert. He fucking did what he had to do last year. He's probably going to do even better this year. But Tyrod Taylor is proved, at least for one game, proved what I suspected all along. He just never had that shot. In fairness, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars who are absolutely going to suck this year. I told you myself, it's either going to be 0-17 or 1-16.
Yeah, I don't know.
Their only fucking chance at a victory, in my opinion, is against the New York Jets. But that's a topic for another time. I was feeling Tyrod's game, and I'm really hoping he can hold out and give Houston a good fucking run this year.
I'm hoping he does too, man. I'm tired of him.
He earned it.
I will say this about Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor has had a job.
Yes.
And he's kept the fucking job.
Yes, he has.
For years. He's the black man's with Chase Daniel.
Good one.
But he's better than Chase Daniel.
Way better.
Because Chase Daniel hasn't done anything.
Nope.
But I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him, and I'm rooting for him to succeed for Deshaun Watson. I want them to trade Deshaun Watson and get him up out of there.
They need to lower that fucking asking price.
I want them to lower the fucking asking price. What else? So we also had the Monday night game. Against Baltimore versus the Las Vegas Raiders.
Now, anyone who thought that this game was going to be close at halftime, they lied.
Yeah.
They lied. Because the Raiders didn't really make that a game until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But they did, and they forced overtime, and even that was fire.
Yeah, even that was crazy. The overtime was crazy. Turnovers. Fucking, the Ravens thought they won twice. Wrong.
First of all, even when the Raiders thought they had won.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Wrong about
just
that.
Just short. And then they couldn't punch it in, and then the turnover. And you're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, Ravens are going to take this down.
All right.
Yo, it was just a great game. It was a great way to start off Monday Night Football.
And it was a good end to the fucking sandwich for opening week.
I'm going to say this. All right. This is going to come off very non-LGBTQ.
Shit.
But I'm going to say it anyway. So, Ryan Nash, who
I knew you were going there,
is a homosexual, right? By his own admission. Okay. I saw him during the preseason by himself. 50 feet at least from any of his teammates. And it was so Monday? Good. No, everybody was hugging and jumping all over him.
At that point, he was just another one of them guys.
He was another one of them guys. They were kissing and hugging all on his sweet ass. And that's fine, because that's sports. But good for him.
Yes.
Good for him. And I hope now they accept him and stop being bigots. That's wrong, fellas. Stop it.
Well said.
Thank you.
Also,
wait a second.
Yeah.
Mac Jones. 29 for 39, 280 yards, and a touchdown. They lost.
But he outplayed Tua.
I'm telling you, the boy is going to be the truth, son.
Well,
I'm telling you.
He definitely going to have a shot at his first W come week 2 because they play the Jets.
Yeah. Do we both agree that our teams are trash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Now, that's not saying that there isn't hope for our teams down the road. They show flashes. They just don't do it consistently enough.
Yeah, which is what makes it trash.
Well, that's the problem. That's what you have to solve.
Yeah.
Okay. Now your guys lost to San Diego. I'm sorry, I keep calling them San Diego. Yeah. I gotta get used to it. You guys lost to the Los Angeles Chargers week 1. Justin Herbert bowled out. The defense bowled out. Your defense just Los Angeles do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's like we let y'all do what you want. Yeah.
Giants, on the other hand, open up at home against the Denver Broncos.
Ooh.
And
had Teddy looking like
Teddy No Knees. Okay.
Looking like
John Elway.
Okay. Like Elway.
And you know what? You know what I loved about this is the fact that fucking Miller after the game said we haven't had that kind of performance since 18.
Yeah.
Referring to Peyton. So the fact that even for one game you were putting him on that pedestal. And let me tell you something. Bridgewater earned that pedestal for that game. Moving in the pocket, extending plays, extremely accurate. I think at one point, the man had only missed 3 fucking throws through 3 quarters.
Melvin Gordon revitalized his career.
And that line was opening up holes for the run game like there was no one's business, okay? I'm sorry. You
have to worry about that.
You gotta watch Denver.
It seemed was doing whatever he was doing too on Thursday.
Yes.
He didn't give him the ball enough.
Well, we'll talk about the Giants and the Redskins in a minute.
Okay.
But as far as Denver is concerned, even at least for one game, you look at the entire AFC West
popping. It might have taken over for the best division in football.
Okay.
Who said
KC?
Who said Denver was going to be
come
nice?
back against Cleveland? Huh?
Who said Denver was going to be nice?
You did.
This guy.
You did.
This guy said.
I didn't think the Raiders had that in them. They pulled out that win on Monday night.
I didn't think so.
All right. Los Angeles Chargers. I got it right. The Los Angeles Chargers rolled up into FedEx.
Yeah,
okay.
With no preseason games together,
and without their starting running back.
And without
Eckler was out.
No, Eckler played.
Eckler. No. Okay.
But they didn't. Nobody from the starting offense played preseason.
No,
not together.
No.
So, I mean, and they just whooped our ass.
And this is even with the sewage line busting up in FedEx Field and spilling shit and piss on the fans.
Oh, disgusting. I hate that place.
But yes, I was thoroughly.
The AFC West is popping.
It's gonna be. It's gonna be that one's gonna be a division to watch.
I agree.
Okay, if they play like that, I'm very, very interested to see the head-to-head matchups in that division this season.
Another overtime game: Cincinnati and Minnesota. Minnesota finally found their ass, and started scoring points.
Yeah.
And Dalvin Cook, fumbled the ball in overtime. Cincinnati got the ball. Joe Burrow, like we said before, is the truth.
He is,
and he's getting better and better.
And
kudos
he's got
to him.
His man Chase,
and
Chase was catching the ball. Unlike preseason,
he's been
Chase was holding on to them balls.
He was holding on.
I know how that sounds.
Exactly.
All right. But thoroughly impressed with opening weekend for the most part.
Yes.
And you know what? I have to mention it because I did mention we were sleeping on them in the preseason. Pittsburgh just rolled up. Defense won the game.
Defense won the game.
But they rolled up into Buffalo and went, not today.
Yeah, not today.
Not today.
Not on our watch.
Okay.
And Buffalo, who I thought was a preseason Super Bowl favorite, just folded. We didn't talk about the main matchup of the week, man. Kansas City and the Cleveland Browns. What a game that was.
Down by double digits at the half.
Yes, the Browns was kicking their ass, man.
And I'm sorry. As much as I thought he took a step forward last year, Baker is the reason they lost that game.
I'm telling you, man. He bakered. He starts throwing interceptions. He starts doing dumb shit, and they lose the fucking game because of him.
Like, I don't know. I hate to say it. Is there a curse on Cleveland?
We already know there's a curse on Cleveland.
What the fuck, man?
We already know there's a curse on Cleveland.
Oh, man. I felt so bad. I'm like, yo, y'all gonna get your W opening weekend.
Yeah, against one of the best teams in the league.
Against the AFC champs.
Wound up losing by 4, 33-29. Baker was balling for a minute. He was doing his thing.
Without OBJ,
which is why he was doing his thing.
Yep.
I will say this about that game also. It was a Browns player named Ronnie Harrison who was ejected during that game, and it was total bullshit.
Straight bullshit.
Ronnie Harrison he had tackled some dude, and he's trying to walk away, and accidentally, it seemed to me,
stepped on
the guy. Okay,
what was that? Clyde was they there?
I think so.
Yeah,
this happens. It fucking happens. You're trying to get you're in the Lions den, which is the Chiefs sideline. You accidentally step on the guy while you're trying to move away. He wasn't even looking at him.
Nope.
And the coach comes and pushes Ronnie Harrison. Ronnie Harrison did what alpha male football testosterone players do and shoved him back. It's not his fault that he's strong and the coach is not. Damn near pushed him into the bleachers.
Did the NFL find that coach?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I would love to know what they found that.
And they kicked Ronnie Harrison out the game on some totally unfair shit.
But you know what? That's always how it is. The refs always see the retaliation.
Yeah, but you got to keep your fucking hands off the players, man.
Yeah.
If you don't have a helmet and shoulder pads on, don't touch these motherfuckers.
Well, I heard the NFL PA was going to petition.
Really?
Yes, they were going to petition that the coach gets suspended,
kudos,
or fined or whatever.
Yeah.
That was just uncalled for. You know, all right, fine. If from your initial viewpoint in that mind, at that point in time, that he's stepping on your player, but it wasn't in anger. It was not an Albert Hainsworth situation.
He didn't stomp on him. He was trying to walk away.
Thank you. He just got caught up in the crowd. He lost his balance. The foot had to come down.
That was some straight bullshit, man. I couldn't believe they were kicking him out for that.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was bad.
All
right. But now we got week 2 picks. Okay. Now, obviously, we had our game last night, Washington and the Giants.
Right.
I got several zeros later on. All Giants. I'll be quick about it as possible. But, you know, was it entertaining?
Yes.
Yes.
It was
because it's a rival game.
Yeah.
All right. And all things being said and being fair, Daniel Jones had himself a game.
He always has himself a game against the Washington football team.
Taylor Heineke.
Okay. Heineke was balling, son.
Was playing like his name was Tom Brady.
He was balling.
Okay.
Son. He was balling.
I mean, first of all, let's recap. This is a dude that was in the XFL just a year and a half ago.
Second string.
Okay.
In the NFL. He was sitting on the bench.
Didn't get the call to become backup for your Washington football team until the end of the season.
Yes.
All right. Playoff time.
No. We called him before that.
All right, but end of the season, because Alex Smith was dealing with the fucking legs issue.
With the calf.
Okay? Yeah. We didn't know if he was going to be able to go, and eventually he did it.
Right.
And Taylor Heineke bowled his ass off in that loss against Tampa.
Got busy on Tampa.
All right? I mean, you're talking about losing by one score. One score. Taylor Heineke, this is a dude that only had one previous start when he was with a backup for Cam with the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, a guy who was taking math classes at ODU when he got the
and
call.
Was considering retirement.
Yes.
And this man came out Thursday Night Football, week 2, and played like he'd been doing this for a minute. Played like this was the Super Bowl.
Yeah. He made one mistake.
And like I said, and I liken it to Tom Brady because when he had to get his team in position to kick a game-winning field goal.
He got him in position, kid.
And that's what Tom Brady does all the fucking time. You give him time, Tom Brady does it all the time. You gave Heineke time, he got his team in position.
And he did it quick, too.
Okay, now, in fairness, it's the Giants. The Giants are a team in flux, just like the Washington football team.
Yeah.
But he did it.
Somebody had to win the game.
Okay? He did it. And pressure be damned, because the pressure was on him. The pressure was on him because he's never won an NFL game before in his life. All right? This is only his third start in the NFL. Third.
Yeah, man. Heineke got busy.
Dude.
Also want to say our defense is trash. We should not have won that game. Our kicker is trash. Your kicker, who was a former Washington Redskin,
former Carolina Panther,
who we got rid of. He's made 36 now, 35 kicks in a row. Ridiculous. Also, I will say this. You know, I was fucking with James Bradbury last year.
Yep.
He got his food ate. Terry McLaurin
Took
demolished
him
him.
to school. He took him to
He
school.
demolished that
Took him to
motherfucker,
school.
son. It was,
Yo,
it was crazy.
McLaurin is justifying why he was a first-round pick.
Not a first round pick.
Oh, no.
Terry McLaurin's a third round pick.
You're right.
And we
you're right.
only drafted him for special teams.
Yeah.
Do you believe that shit?
Yeah. But
Do
you know what?
believe that?
That's right. I stand corrected. But proven once again, you don't need to pick stars in the first round.
Facts. And he's an Ohio State player who I fuck with. He's one of the only ones.
One of the only ones.
One of the only ones
Okay.
I fuck with. And you know I don't play wide receivers. I'm giving Scary Terry his money. He's gonna get paid.
He getting paid.
Fucking with me.
Yes.
Yes. You know why? What's Terry McLaurin's girlfriend's name? No idea. You don't know. I don't know. Because his business ain't on social media everywhere.
Oh, so he ain't fucking them with them Insta hoes.
No, and he got a hoe ass motherfucker all over social media all the time. He only talks about working out and being part of the Washington
So
football
basically,
team.
he and a PJ Washington,
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball, Trevor Bauer type motherfucker.
He ain't every type of athlete today, motherfucker.
You know what? Not to get on football real quick. Derek Jeter was just enshrined in the Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Okay? Derek Jeter, you never heard nothing about him. And mind you, yes, it's before the explosion of social media.
Well, you heard he was smashing chicks.
He was smashing them.
That's all you heard.
But that's all you heard.
Yeah, that's
but
all
you didn't hear about him being on Baby Mama Daddy.
Never.
You never heard about him hitting on women.
Never.
You never heard him being about late and his entourage beating on those people. Never.
Consummate professional
And
lady lover.
if
Go ahead, Derek Jeter.
If McLaurin follows that example,
Yeah, that's my guy.
he'll
That's
be the
my
golden
dude, son.
boy in the NFL as far as receivers go for the next 10 years.
This is his third year and like his fifth or sixth quarterback.
But he was playing last night like he been doing this for 5-6 years.
Balling, man.
He was playing
Balling.
like a Pro Bowler.
So happy with that. I'm happier with that pick than I am of Montez Sweat, who I chose personally. I'm more happy than I am with the Chase Young pick. That right there was like the best pick we made in 5-6 years.
But you know what? As much as you talk greasy about your defense, okay, they still sacked Daniel Jones 4 times.
Yeah, they should have sacked him 9 times. The guy who was in there to fix your line, his fucking leg was facing the other way.
Oh, don't remind me, man. Nick Gates broke his fucking ankle last night.
Was it an ankle?
That shit.
It was something.
That shit was going
It looked like it was
90
more than
degrees.
an ankle.
That shit was Dak Prescott broke. Okay, Dak Prescott broke. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that shit
it's
was
right
nasty.
here. That ain't pretty. That ain't pretty. You could tell he was in pain, and the fact that Thursday Night Football, the NFL Network, did not replay what actually happened to him tells you how bad it was. Yeah. Okay,
kudos to them for not doing that.
But you could also tell that them painkillers kicked in real quick because when they were carting him off the field, he was all smiles.
They must have given him
that was a good shit. Okay, that was a good shit. But I feel bad for him. Nick Gates has worked hard. He was playing center for them last year. His natural position was guard, and he switched over in this game, and they gave the recent acquisition from Baltimore, Billy Price, Cleveland. Okay. The center job, and for a time
it was working.
They was actually opening up holes for Saquon. He was running. Yeah. Nick Gates got hurt. They were still doing what they had to do. Sacks aside, they gave Jones time to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. But mistakes, drops, penalties, that's what was going to bite you in the end.
There you go.
And that's how that game ended.
All right.
But moving forward with the rest of week 2. We got
picks, baby.
New England at the Jets.
I got the New England Patriots.
Oh, I'm taking New England. I'm sorry.
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, we got a pen, right?
We need a pen?
For you. Yeah, I want you.
No, I can tell you who I'm picking. All right. So, yeah, I was not impressed with Zach Wilson at all. I think that line is horrible. And the fact that they lost Mekhi Becton for like 4 to 8 weeks, it's going to suck even more.
All right. Yeah, I got New England. I'm
All right.
New England. New England might be my second favorite team because Mac Jones. I'm
watching him. I'm watching him this year.
All right.
Denver at Jacksonville. I mean, come on. This is a joke, man. Teddy Bridgewater is gonna have himself a time.
He's about to go crazy.
He's gonna have himself a time on Sunday.
He's about to go crazy.
Denver by a lot.
Yes, I agree.
Buffalo and Miami. Defense versus defense.
Well, I got Buffalo.
I'm taking Buffalo too. Tua has not shown me enough. All right, San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles.
As impressed as I was with the Eagles, man, and even though they're at home, I got San Fran.
I'm taking Philly in this one. Okay, Jalen Hurts showed me what he's capable of. That defense showed me what they're capable of, and San Fran has a lot of injuries they have to account for already. Plus, that's
most of it is gone.
That's Jimmy Garoppolo, so I have no faith in him.
They're gonna get Trey Lance in
they may, but right now I'm going with Philly on that one.
Okay.
Los Angeles Rams at the Colts.
I got the Rams. I got the Colts going down 0-2. Man.
I got the Rams as well, buddy.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Raiders, still got to get used to that. Las Vegas Raiders at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got Pittsburgh.
I'm going Vegas after what I saw.
You know this guy is hurt, right?
Who?
Their running back.
Already?
Yeah.
Damn. You know what? Fuck it. I'm sticking with Vegas. I'm sticking with
right.
Vegas. All right. Cincinnati Bengals at the Chicago Bears. I got Cincinnati.
I got Chicago.
Okay. Defensive reasons?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because Chicago didn't really put on a bad performance offensively against who did they play week before? The Rams.
Right.
You know, they a couple of shots here and there, and the Rams defense is crazy. But go ahead.
Rams defense is one of the best in the league. Tyrod Taylor and the Houston Texans versus Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland.
As much as I love Tyrod, y'all not winning this.
No, I gotta go with Cleveland. I'm giving this one to Cleveland. They're gonna get their first W of the year. The Saints at the Panthers. Saints. Minnesota Vikings at the Arizona Cardinals. You know, we didn't talk about this. Arizona.
Oh, Jesus.
And that team just
Christ.
Destroyed.
Demolished the 5 sacks by Chandler Jones.
I mean,
by himself.
You fucking Julio Jones. What? He did nothing for the Titans last week.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I got Arizona.
I got Arizona that game. The Atlanta.
Come on, son.
I can't even finish this. Atlanta Hawks at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
All right, let's move on.
Tom Brady and the Bucks winning the second game.
Yeah.
Okay, the aforementioned Tennessee Titans at the Seattle Seahawks.
This is another hard one for them, man. I got Seattle. How you gonna beat Seattle at home?
Yeah, Seattle, baby.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to be a good one. The Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Chargers.
I think I'm going more with my heart than my head here, but I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm going Dallas on this one.
Something telling me that Dallas is going to kill them. Something telling me Dallas is going to kill them. I'm going with who I want to win.
I'm telling you, Dak is going to light them up. Dak is going to light them up.
You don't have to make an argument. I understand. I get it.
All right. The Kansas City Chiefs at the Baltimore Ravens.
I got Kansas City.
I'm taking KC as well. I think Baltimore's looking at 0-2 to start their season.
Yeah.
And then we got Monday night, Mr. Biting the Knees, Dan Campbell and his Detroit Lions against Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers gets off the slide. He stops acting like a hoe-ass dude. And they win this game easily.
Yeah.
We also got to go Thursday. We got Carolina at Houston.
I'm taking Houston in that one.
I'm taking Carolina. I'm taking Carolina.
You got that much faith in Sam Darnold against the Texans defense.
I do.
Okay. All right. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
But all in all, thoroughly entertained by that first week. And although it was a sloppy game at best, thoroughly entertained with the Thursday night opener with Washington and the Giants.
Right. So now where we at? Heroes and zeros?
We are at heroes and zeros, buddy.
You have any heroes?
I have no heroes this week.
Okay. Only have 1 0. How many do you have?
I have the Giants split into several categories.
Okay. So let me go first, and then you go and hit them off with that.
Have at it, boss.
Okay. So as has been every other couple of months, my 0 is Stephen A. Smith. He does a show.
Stephen A. C. I can't say that word.
Yeah, Coon. Stephen A. Coon. He does a show called First Take. And
Which I used to like.
I did too when they had my man Max Kellerman on it. Max Kellerman, for those of you who don't know,
I even go as far back as Skip Bayless.
Yeah, Skip Bayless was on there. But Max Kellerman was my guy from Around the Horn.
And you know what? For someone that was strictly a pugilist guy, he did very well.
Who, Skip Bayless?
Yeah,
or
no, Max Kellerman.
Max Kellerman. A pugilist guy.
Boxing.
Dave with the Shakespeare words. Let's go. You know, I'm drunk. I can't be looking up stuff. But
this show has been brought to you by VSOP.
The gallon of VSOP.
Gallon.
So Blau, Stephen A. Coon was doing the show First Take with Max Kellerman, and Max Kellerman's last show was last week? And Stephen A. actually said that, he didn't want him back on. He said sometimes he used as an excuse. He was like, this is what this half a sissy said. He said, our numbers were up. Everything was up. Everything is going good.
Yep.
But you come to the point where we have chemistry or whatever, but you come to a point where the chemistry isn't where it's supposed to be at right then and there, and it's time for a change. Why? I'm gonna tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. Because Stephen A. Coon is a hoe ass dude. That's why. He couldn't accept the fact that Max Kellerman knew more about sports than he did in general. Maybe not basketball, but he knew more about football. He knew more about baseball. He knew way more about boxing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Than Stephen A. Smith
I would
did.
argue he even knows more about UFC.
I think, I would argue that too.
Yeah.
He knew more about all of that shit than Stephen A. Smith. He made better points because Stephen A. Smith, all he does is yell and act like a crazy person. And this was the thing. When all of these athletes were saying that Max Kellerman was more black than Stephen A. Smith, that right there was the finishing touch.
It started with Terrell Owens.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe not started with, but he was the one to basically profess it on the show as a guest.
Yeah. But then they all agreed.
Yes.
Mad people agree with him. And I agree with him. I fuck with Max Kellerman heavy.
You know what,
from
man?
Around the Horn.
I gotta tell you, when they first teamed up, I had a huge question mark about Max Kellerman.
Really?
Only because prior to him being on First Take, I only knew him for boxing. I didn't know him for anything else.
You didn't watch Around the Horn when it first came out?
Around the Horn, but that was a long time ago.
It was years ago, yeah.
That was years ago, okay? He ain't done that in a minute.
Right, but he was great on that shit.
He was, but again, that's as a host. It's not like he ever put in his own 2 cents on it. Okay, that's him and 4 panelists, and he would just, as the current moderator does, argue who made the better points and award them points based on it.
Fucking stat boy.
Okay?
That's how I know that guy.
Okay. But as time progressed in his years on First Take, I gotta admit, with the exception of him anointing Kawhi in Kobe category, I thought he held his own. I thought he made some very valid points.
He made great
on
points.
First Take. I thought he was a very good counterpointer to Stephen A. Smith.
No, he was a pointer because Stephen A. Smith usually had no point. He had feelings and emotions.
Right again.
And hoe ass isms.
Right again. See, here's the thing with Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith
Is a bitch. Go ahead.
used to be that guy that made the point. Now it seems like Stephen A. Smith has a gripe with almost everything and everyone.
And he doesn't know
And-
about half the sports. He doesn't know about them. He talks shit about football. You know nothing about football.
No, and I'll tell you something. It also shows the hypocrisy of ESPN. And I think I said this to you via text. So I find it amazing how ESPN just was very, very... it's just a hypocrisy how with Rachel Nichols, they pulled the plug on her immediately after the Maria Taylor shit. Okay? Even going so far after Maria Taylor left and signed with NBC Sports for a ridiculous payday. Only after
kudos
that,
to her.
yes, kudos for Maria Taylor. Only after that did they take Rachel Nichols off the air. I mean, completely. She's not even on the jump anymore.
No, nothing.
But here is Stephen A. Smith saying some inflammatory remarks regarding Shohei Ohtani of the Anaheim Angels, right? Did they censor him for that? Did they suspend him?
Nah, cause he kisses his daddy's ass.
Okay.
Like Kwame Brown. He's saying.
Oh shit.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
He's a bootlicker.
You had Kwame Brown on Instagram after us, but
Yeah.
but getting back on Stephen A. Smith, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, was someone that I used to watch and go, he's making a point. Now it's just he's trying to be louder than the next guy.
That's what he's being an N-word, son. That's what he's being paid for.
Look.
He's a paid monkey.
He being extra.
He's a monkey.
Extra.
He's a paid monkey.
Extra.
And kissing ass and licking boots and sucking kneecaps.
We're gonna get another video blocked out because
well, he's a hoe ass dude, and that's what it is. You can say the N-word on YouTube. We haven't even said the N-word.
No.
But you can say the N-word on YouTube. You just can't say the F-word.
Fuck?
No. Carl Nassib. Not me, Ryan Nassib, excuse me.
Okay. Well, I guess we're about to get censored then.
No,
All right.
we didn't say the F-word.
I said fuck.
No.
That F word.
That F-word, yes.
Okay. The one that rhymes with maggot.
Right.
Gotcha.
You ain't shit, Dave.
Gotta run that. All right. That was a good zero, though.
Thank you.
I fully agree.
Thank you.
All right. So on to my zero.
Shout out to you, Max Kellerman.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And I hope wherever you land, greener pastures. So zero time once again, and I'm going into my Giants. And I have to say, as much as there are bright spots for the Giants, there are equally gray and dark spots for the Giants. And one of them right now is defense. The defense is just playing massively soft. Now, you and I talked about in the last show how Tom Brady made a point. All these rules are in place to favor the offense, right? Now, that may be said, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing D. And for some reason, over 2 games, Patrick Graham has the defense just allowing the quarterbacks to throw wherever the fuck they want. Even Troy Aikman during the game on Thursday night pointed out how Taylor Heineke was reading the safeties. Ain't you got guys in the booth, upstairs, watching the game from above, reading printouts, reviewing game film as it happens live? In this era of technology, don't you have that, Patrick Graham? Is no one in your earpiece going, he's reading the safeties, tell him to stop moving? No one says that. Because he kept calling slant plays, and between basically every fucking buddy that was catching the ball for the Washington football team yesterday, they kept running a slant play on you. And then when that wasn't working, they was fucking catching balls on the fucking sideline. Because you had absolutely no one covering these receivers. You barely played any fucking man up. Any man on man. There was no man on man.
This the same defensive coordinator you had last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Like it's fucking night and day. Now, I'm gonna go even further. Kadarius Toney went on Instagram with his fucking little cryptic fucking Instagram post.
Yeah, fuck him.
Like, dude,
who the fuck are you?
Are you serious? You bitching about playing time? Let's get something straight, Tony. You got injured in preseason, okay? You got injured in training camp. You barely practiced with the first team. You are the fourth receiver on the depth chart.
Honestly,
what time are you getting behind Shepard, behind Galladay, behind Darius Slayton?
Like, where do you think you fit in here? Son?
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're not better than them motherfuckers.
No, you're not. You're not.
What are you talking about?
So you need to cut that shit out. Like I said many times, Twitter, Instagram, it's the fucking pro athlete's biggest fucking enemy. Fact. Stay the fuck off it.
Yeah.
You got feelings? Guess what? Check your fucking feelings. Be a man and just fucking talk to your coordinator. Talk to your quarterback. And find a way in practice to get on the same page with anybody. If you work your way up, you'll work your way into the starting rotation. You're not there yet. Let's keep in mind, remember this? You was picked in the fucking the final third of the pick of the draft.
Something like that, yeah.
Like 20th?
Yeah.
25th? Whatever you pick.
Yeah, if you haven't proven to your coaches that you're better than those 3 guys ahead of you, then what are you talking about?
Yeah, and didn't you miss time also because you had to be put on the
COVID
list?
Yeah, you was around knuckleheads.
Okay.
Probably smoking marijuana.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Learn the playbook. Get on the same page with the rest of your offense. Show them something in practice, and maybe you get more than 19 appearances over 2 games.
That's it, man.
Okay? Going even further into the Giants.
I tried to warn you.
Yes, you did.
His name is Kadavius. Like, come on, son. He was obviously raised by a German Shepherd. But go ahead.
Going even further. Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay's on the sidelines. Flipping out on Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett.
And it seemed like he was screaming at Jason Garrett. It seemed like
he was screaming at Daniel Jones. Okay? Yeah. Now, here's the thing, though. In all fairness, you're watching defense as much as you have them on point. You got them question marked.
Yeah.
They had him locked down for most of that game.
Daniel Jones?
Kenny Galladay.
Oh, Kenny Galladay.
They had him on lockdown. They were playing man on him. He was always covered. He was rarely open. The Giants spent a shit ton of money to pick you up in free agency. It's your job to get open. Now, whether you're targeted or not, that depends on whether Daniel Jones sees that you're fucking free.
He doesn't have a 300-pound man in front of his face.
That too.
Trying to kill him.
That too. Okay? But you going off on DJ on the sidelines when you yourself had some injury problems during training camp in the preseason and have not had time to work extensively with Daniel Jones and the first team because of injury. I'm sorry.
He was out half the preseason, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
You throwing a fucking tantrum on national TV, and it is national because Thursday Night Football is a national game.
Yeah.
You come off looking like a half a sissy.
Go eat
like a fucking dick.
Yep. I agree with you, Dave.
Okay? And then that brings me to last but not least, Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence, this is the dude that got picked up by the Giants with that first round pick that the Giants got, trading Odell Beckham to the Cleveland Browns. Clemson. Supposed to be the guy that is an answer at defensive tackle. Now, for the most part, in the regular lineup, he's doing his job. But in the field goal winning kick, or I should say, the play preceding the field goal winning kick. Dexter Lawrence jumps off sides. You are right opposite the fucking center. You have a clear eyesight on the ball. And you jump before that ball is snapped. Now, I've looked at this in slow motion a couple of times, D-Dubs. And I'll be honest. It does look like the ball is starting to move when Dexter Lawrence moves. But starting to move does not mean it is snapped.
It does. Let it start to move. It does.
It's close enough. And I'll tell you something. I want to be an average fan and say the refs fucked him.
They were getting fucked all night.
They were, but you know what? On this one, Dexter Lawrence, you got to rein it in. You got to rein it in. You, my friend, are not blocking a fucking field goal. You're not.
Whoever gets through the middle. Okay. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
It's so fucking rare.
I've never seen it, son.
Okay. You cost the Giants the game.
Yeah. Well, at the end,
at the end,
bunch of things.
And there's a bunch of games, yeah, but at the end, at the end, bunch of things led up to that loss. The Giants left 11 points on that field.
Facts.
Okay. One of them was via a bullshit call. Slayton can catch sometimes.
Yeah, but he dropped.
But that wide open, no. You got to lay out for that.
You got to lay out.
You don't
even have to lay out.
Okay.
Just move forward a little bit.
You know what that reminds me of? Mario Manningham not laying out when he should. He got that tiptoe in the Super Bowl, all right. But other times when he should lay out, launch himself in the air, nah.
And then there was a bad holding call on the Daniel Jones run.
50-50 on that. I'm 50-50 on that.
He shouldn't have called that shit.
It's football. Look, they did. I'll give Daniel Jones credit. He didn't fucking, trip on himself, okay?
Yeah.
But the Giants got a lot to fix. And you know what?
Good job calling them out, man.
I'll tell you something right now. Joe Judge, you preach teaching. You preach discipline. You got one more week to fucking figure this shit out. Because if you fall back 0-3 with the Atlanta Falcons coming up in week 3, your job is on the line. Get it figured out, buddy.
Facts.
17 games, but season can be over in 4 weeks.
Word.
That's it for this week. Always a pleasure having you here, my friend.
Always a pleasure, my guy.
All right, we had some Hennessy. We feeling nice. As always, he's Dave.
He's Dave.
This is another Sports Rant. Be good to each other, people. Peace, baby.
Good luck. If you're in fantasy, good luck this week. And for your real teams, good luck this week.
And if you bet like my brother normally does, good luck.